Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forgotten Camel, and welcome to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Now, it's been a very long while since I've done an Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. I don't know why I haven't been doing it, because it's not exactly that hard to make videos of these. Maybe it's because, I don't know, school or something, but it's been a while. And here I am, back to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator with the mods here, and what we're doing today is the Clone Wars. I've always really wanted to do this. I wanted to put battle droids, super battle droids, against clone troopers, and of course what we're doing is the clone commandos versus, okay, clone commandos, 4 of them, which is usually the team. They don't look as good as the Delta squad, but we got 4 clone commandos versus 330. It's supposed to be 330 anyway, but some of them disappeared. But 330 droids. That is 30 super battle droids and 300 B1 battle droids. Now, I'm not sure that the commandos can win. I mean, technically, commandos can take on a small army of droids. They're kind of going to be going full force at the commandos, so I don't think they'll win. But anyway, I want to go ahead and try it out, and if the commandos lose, I'm going to give them a lot more commandos. So, without further ado, let us start the game. See if these guys can survive. Oh, I just realized they are on the wrong team. That's unfortunate. The super battle droids. It's a 3-way battle apparently. So let's I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, what I don't understand is why the clone troopers are not using laser weapons. Technically they were like heat induced weaponry or something that they had to reload and such, but they weren't bullets, so don't know what's going on there. But yeah, let's start. And they're just gonna open fire on them. Look at that. The accurate shots in those commandos. They're having trouble actually shooting at the droids here. They're just getting overwhelmed. And look as a whole bunch of the droids actually march towards them. They walk funny, actually. Look at the way. It's like they're walking like they're on the moon. They look like they're moonwalking. Of course, these guys are actually able to shoot now. They've seem to do a little bit better in this little corner here. They're still alive despite taking a few shots. Yeah, one of them's abandoning their friends. Apparently he was poorly trained. But these guys are starting to get overwhelmed. Ooh, I guess he wasn't abandoning his friends. Well, that's kind of obvious, but he's instead trying to ambush these guys, but you know, they're not taking it. They noticed the ambush. So the droids actually don't appear to know who to shoot at. They're actually confused. They think there's more than one of them. There's only, well, there is more than one of them, but there are only 4. So they don't know who to shoot at. These guys are still alive, surprisingly. They should be able to take on a small army, at least. Oh, I didn't know you could put in the voice packs. Do you hear that? You can actually hear him talk, but he's not talking about like a clone, talking like a clone commando. I wish he would talk like a clone commando instead of a clone. But wow, they keep getting shot behind that wall. So these droids are actually making pretty stupid choices. And this guy's going to take out quite a few of those guys. Like, he's trying to chase them. They're running away. The cowards. They're running away to take out these guys. Looks like they actually took down one commando, the poor guy. Yeah. When commandos went to battle, it was for the toughest and deadliest battles. So they didn't always make it out. They weren't always successful. But they also weren't as expendable as the regular clone troopers, so commandos were quite expensive to train and just had a lot more free will than the regular commandos. And they're about to lose another commando here. He's alone over here. There's only 2 guys aiming at them. He's lucky he has some cover over here. Ah, but they finally take him out, I think. No, he's still alive. Until he finally died. Okay, so by the looks of things... No, he's still alive. He actually has no idea what to do. He's all alone now. And they only managed to take out half the troops here. He's taken out quite a few of those droids with him, though. I can tell you that. These droids aren't very accurate, which is good for them. But seriously, these clone troopers are underperforming. A real clone trooper would take out this entire army within minutes. And this guy's really trying to take those guys out. He keeps getting pushed back so much. A bunch of droids just coming in ready to kill him. There's a super battle droid really opening up on him. Look at him. But apparently he's hitting a wall. That's all I can figure out, because it looks like he's hitting a wall. Oh, but he's dead. Poor guy. Yeah, from what I see, this guy's hitting a wall most of the time. But yeah, they finally got victorious, and they can continue to raid this city, or at least what's left of it. But at the very least, the clones did manage to take out half their troops. That's not very good. Like, that's a huge shame to the commando name. So I'm gonna add a few more commandos. I'm also gonna add more troops who came in to reinforce, but actually didn't need to. But more troops to come in. So it's gonna be a huge battle this time. Now we have a real army here, or more like a division maybe. There's around 3,000 troops, or battle droids here, along with 300 super battle droids. And how many clone commandos are there? Well, who knows? I'm not telling you. Because, I don't know, I like the suspense. And I don't know. Or at least you don't know. If you don't know, that means they most definitely do not know. Because we do not want any of the Confederate sympathizers to let them know how many there are. Excuse me. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start the battle. So, the droids are going to go into the city to search for the enemy. Let's see where they'll go. Looks like they're going left and right. This is quite concerning. Not that any of the clone commandos are that way, anyways. Some of them will be going through the center, and some of them have already started firing. Who are they firing at? It's the clone commandos. Looks like they caught some of them off guard. They are not really paying attention to the enemy. Oh, but if you are moving in to engage, it looks like they don't have that much of a range compared to these battle droids, which is weird, because they should actually have a decent range. But they will attempt to engage these battle droids. They are actually taking a few out. You can't really see them shoot at the enemy, but they are taking a few of these battle droids out successfully. Unfortunately, they're being suppressed a little bit too much. A couple of battle droids at the front here are being taken down. I believe that the clone troopers are actually being a little bit too suppressed to be able to engage these guys. If they could properly surround them, they might be able to do it a little bit better, but at the very least they might be able to get some of the droids out in the back here. Of course, looks like some other commandos are engaging from this flank over here. Some battle droids are actually trying to defend this point over here. It looks like they're actually trying to flank those commandos, almost as if they know exactly where they are. Especially over here, look at this. They're really playing smart, quite surprisingly. They must have organic commander engaging these guys. Usually the droid commanders don't perform as well. Or maybe a specialized commander. One commandos is actually just slaughtering all these guys, so it looks like the battle droids are getting sick of that engaging him. He's trying to run away right now, and he's just running straight into the battlefield. Some other commandos will be engaging that flank over there. Looks like they're actually taking out a decent amount of droids compared to the small amount of troops here. Mostly because the droids do not know how to shoot. I mean, a small army of clone troopers could take on, or supposed to take on, about 100 droids. Or like 10 times their size. It looks like they're just slaughtering a bunch of battle droids over here. Look at that. They're all trying to engage the clone troopers, but they're just getting shot down, just shut down by those clone commandos. Now, even if the clone commandos fail, that doesn't mean it's necessarily a failure. They did manage to cause the droids to locate their resources in places where they couldn't put them in more important areas. So that will alleviate the concerns of other clone troopers who have to go in other battlefields to secure areas. Clone commandos aren't really meant to secure areas. They're usually meant for rescue missions and just total and absolute destruction against places. So it looks like these commandos are in actually a pretty bad spot. It's like a cone right here. The droids can very easily shoot at these commandos. None of them have died yet, so that's pretty much good news. It looks like they haven't taken out any of the commandos on this side, but it looks like three clone commandos have been taken out. That is very bad. Even if you have quite a few commandos engaging these guys, it's really costly to lose all these guys. Especially over here. Looks like they've lost quite a few good troops to the robots over here. They have managed to very much weaken this flank over here that was trying to ambush them. Of course, the ambush did successfully take out a few of the commandos, mostly because they were focusing on the center flank. Over here, these guys are just, taking cover. But, it would be a lot easier for them to take out the commandos if the entire army was engaging, in which some of them are actually trying to. The left flank of the commando army is crumbling right now. So it's pretty much up to the center flank, which doesn't have as many troops as they had before. And they're actually engaging mostly the super battle droids. So it's a little bit problematic because the super battle droids are really hard to kill. Just look at them, they're still standing despite taking quite a few hits. So they're just getting slaughtered. It's really sad to see such a thing. I really wish some clone troopers could come in to help them, but they're either recuperating or they are busy fighting in another battle. And usually that's the case. They're usually busy fighting in the main battle. The clone commandos are usually meant to obstruct or destroy any special commanders. So we could pretend that there's a special commander here that they're trying to assassinate or something. But I failed to actually put one there. So this is just an unfortunate slaughter for the clone commandos, despite the fact that there's just, I gave them 100 really. So it could have gone differently if we played again, because sometimes battles do go differently if you play them more than once. And if you play them in the right spot, it might have gone better had they really gone all over the place. These guys, wow, it's amazing. I actually want to check how many of them are left, but I don't want to do that right now till the battle's actually over. Over here, there's only one clone commando left, and he's just going to take out a few battle droids before he goes down. He's still being engaged, and he's unable to actually give out a shot. He does shoot once, probably taking out one droid, but He's really... and he eventually dies. By the looks of things, the droids are still hunting for enemies, though. What could be left? I mean, they killed all the clone commandos. There shouldn't be anyone left. And so the droids, of course, will be moonwalking their way, searching for the enemy. I wonder where they're going. They're going this way. What is this way? Let's go ahead and check and see. Well, what's this? It's clone troopers. A whole battalion? No, battalion is like a corps of clone troopers. Oof, they sound angry. They must be really angry. I guess they must have finished a battle soon. They're actually waiting outside the city, probably waiting for the go-ahead to engage any enemies in the city, but they were probably ordered not to, not knowing actually why they were ordered to stay there. Well, they'll soon find out that they were actually waiting for the commandos to give them the go-ahead, but they will not be able to get that because they were taken out. So the command, well, he's going to order them to stay put until the droids decide that they want to come out. Now, as for why the droids would want to do that, I don't know. And apparently, I don't get it. Why do these guys have longer range than the clone troopers? Alright, you guys, come with me. Get him. Yes, this is kind of annoying. They should actually have the same amount of range, but they don't appear to. It's probably because these mods are actually separately made by different people. Now it's becoming a full-fledged battle right now. A few battalions will be engaging these troops. What's left of the troops. There are actually 1,000 battle droids left right now. Some, mostly super battle droids, and super battle droids are quite deadly, and these clones will be engaging, but we can't keep them all sitting around. If we keep them all sitting around, then they're just all going to die, and we can't let that happen. Yeah. It's just one of them ultimate epic battle simulator problems. With this, we should... I can't really get them to engage anyone because there's no one there. So I'm just gonna avoid that. I think I just made a glitch somehow. But that's fine. So, why are they shooting bullets, not lasers? That's really weird. They should be shooting lasers and not bullets. I don't really know why the modder modded it so that they would be doing that. Let's get back into cinematic point of view. So these guys, it's mostly the super battle droids that are left alive, and they're actually they're really getting taken down by the amount of clone troopers that are engaging them, which is kind of sad considering that the clone commandos were struggling against them. Albeit they did take out 2,000 troops, so that's not too bad. It's actually, this kind of actually saved quite a few clone troopers' lives today. That being said, the clone commando is quite expensive to train. Yeah, that's a lot of dead super battle droids. Wow. Just look at them all get slaughtered by those guys. They're just peeking their heads out and they just get shot down before they can... Yeah, they're just getting shot at, like, heavily suppressed by these clone troopers because there's so many engaging them right now. Especially It's especially problematic over here when they're trying to get through. There are not that many left anymore, but more and more clone troopers are starting to show up and push. They don't even have to have the entire army of the clone troopers engage anymore, because they're only a small pocket of these guys over here. One good nuke or some air support could take them out. If they actually sat around in there, they probably would have done a little bit better, because there'd be a lot of protection over here, and just waiting for the clone troopers to come in at them would have worked better. And sometimes they do that, especially in a place like Fallujah. And they just dared the enemy to come in after them, which became disastrous for people like the 501st and the 100 and... was it the 105th or 121st? Or 221st, I don't know. I can't really remember. But it was a total massacre there, which they did eventually win. However, it was just deadly. A lot of good soldiers died. So it looks like these guys finally have a good firing line, despite how small it is. They got a good firing line. They're engaging quite a few of the clone troopers, which is just a huge firing line over here. Actually, it's not a huge firing line. Some of them actually can't engage right now, because they're just being blocked. But they have probably around 30 or 40 clone troopers engaging these troops over here. And I don't understand why they're shooting bullets. There's no reason for them to be shooting bullets. They should be shooting lasers, not bullets. Oh, that's just... this is going to take some time, actually. Like, this is generally going to take quite a bit of time. It's just, they can't really get all their troops out. They just... it would be a lot better if they played smartly, like have one group suppress and the other group try to get on this side, because that's the only way they're actually going to properly kill any of these guys. A few of the clone troopers are pushing and engaging the enemy. Some of these guys are in a lot of trouble, because they're trying to push, but they can't, because these guys are being, you know, total jerks. They're seriously letting the enemy push. And a couple of the droids are actually getting... there's just no change. It's just a slow line of who wants to die next. Like, hey, you guys want to die? Get in line. But I have to say, since there are this many dead, I have to say it's already pretty much a victory for the clones, especially since they've just slaughtered only 100 or so troops, slaughtered like 1,000 droids, or the 1,000 droids that were left before they could all get into battle. So it's just these guys left. I'm debating whether I should stop here or just, you know, watch the clone troopers torture these poor droids. Hashtag droids lives matter. Oh, that poor super battle droid just got killed by that clone troopers. He was just surrendering! Why did you have to do that? Ooh, but yeah, these clone troopers are really, really aggressive right now. They're pushing hard. They're pushing whatever's left of these guys. They might be able to take out a few of these clone troopers, but it looks like they're not doing too well. They're actually missing these guys, which... oh, they just took... did you see that? They just took out like 6 at once. Oh, that has to hurt. Okay, well, yeah. This was most definitely a win for the clone troopers. Of course, they'll win most of their battles. That's pretty much a given. Sometimes they lose, but eventually win. Of course, the canyon thing was that most of the clone... or not most, but yeah, most of the planets were taken during the war, and after the end of the war, they were finally taken back. It'd be interesting if there was a story like there's still some small pockets of resistance, but I guess that's a story for another time. So anyway, I do hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more. and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and good day.